Hey guys, what's up? It is Grizzly here, and we are back with another Shadow Era commentary. Today we have a Majaya versus a Banebo. So this should be an interesting game. I generally don't see a lot of Banebos, so yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be pretty intense. So anyway, while we're waiting for the game to get started, I have been mostly playing Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time, which, if you're not into the Ratchet and Clank series and you have a PS3, you're a horrible sinner. Please go buy Future Tools of Destruction and thank me later. And I've been playing that and Bastion and then just sort of chilling. So, alright. So we see the classic one sacrifice and then passing the turn. So no player starting out with some early aggression, which is, that's fine. You usually see early aggression plays from anyone who can use a Christopher Wilde, a Fire Snake, any of those cost 1 monsters. We see Majaya starting out with a Tome of Knowledge, no creature, which could be that could be a problem for her this turn, because now Banebo will get out his monster, which is Deathmage Thaddeus, and now whatever she puts on the field is going to be susceptible for that first turn to the Deathmage. Now, Banebo's ability, I believe, is cost 3 and deals 2 damage to any hero or ally on the other side of the field, and that damage cannot be reduced by armor or abilities, which makes his ability especially lethal against monsters like the Infernal Gargoyle and the Sandworm. So now we see a Bad Wolf going down. Majaya is in some deep water here. She does have her ability at the ready, which is deal 3 fire damage to any monster. The problem is that both the enemy monsters have 4 health, and Bad Wolf will actually regenerate health every turn. So, and she does choose to go for Bad Wolf. That, to me, was a mistake. Dealing damage to Deathmage would be permanent, and now I understand why. If she hadn't had that card, if she had just had that damage, I would have recommended going for the Deathmage, because any damage she dealt to Deathmage would be permanent unless he used a healing card. And I actually don't know how many of those there even are in the game, if any. And whereas Bad Wolf will regenerate. But with Lightning Strike to follow it up, that was definitely a good move. Unfortunately, Banebo follows that up with Shadow Knight, so he gets his Bad Wolf back and replaces it on the field immediately with an even more powerful monster. I think Majaya might be dealing with a bad draw this game. It looks like she has nothing to play with. She has no monsters hitting the field, and this is looking pretty nasty for her. She's going to need a pretty powerful counter to stay in this game. She's going to have to find a way to get rid of that Shadow Knight first, and then she's going to have a Bad Wolf next turn to deal with. So things are not looking good for Majaya at this point. Banebo is in a very solid position, and anything Majaya puts on the field is susceptible to his ability as well. However, she does Supernova. It's sort of a suicide tactic. It deals herself and her opponent 5 damage, as well as 5 damage to every monster on the field. So it does get rid of Shadow Knight. It does get rid of Deathmage Thaddeus. The problem is that we know he has a Bad Wolf waiting in the wings. He does have another Shadow Knight too, so he gets his original Shadow Knight back. That sucks. Oh, that's brutal. So now he has a Shadow Knight on the field, a Shadow Knight in his hand, and a Bad Wolf in his hand. We know Banebo is in a very strong position. He's going to get his army back in no time. Majaya is in a boatload of trouble. She is going to fireball that first Shadow Knight. Now, the thing about Majaya using her special ability, or her special cards on opposing monsters, is that Majaya is oftentimes a direct damage player, so she goes for fireballs and other direct damage cards to whittle down her opponent's life. So using them on creatures reduces the amount of damage she'll be able to do to Banebo himself. So we see Banebo use that special ability, that 2 damage that he goes ahead and deals out to Infernal Gargoyle, and because Infernal Gargoyle's armor doesn't play into it, it does deal the solid 2 damage. And he's down to only 2. Banebo will be able to use his ability to kill Infernal Gargoyle next turn. He won't have to worry about doing it with his Shadow Knight, which he will be able to use to attack Majaya directly. We see a Lightning Strike go down. It looks like Majaya will use her Infernal Gargoyle to kill Shadow Knight. At this point, though, Banebo is using one of the best strategies in the game, which is the Shadow Knight cycle. Now, I say it's one of the best in the game, but that's just from my very limited knowledge of specific strategies. The Shadow Knight cycle involves keeping one Shadow Knight on the field and one in your hand. When the one in the field goes to the graveyard, you play the next Shadow Knight, and the last one returns to your hand, and you can keep rotating them like that. Now, the thing is that means that you can never have more than one Shadow Knight on the field unless you get a third Shadow Knight, and, that can be kind of a problem. So, the only way to break this cycle would be to cripple one of the Shadow Knights, or to get the other one on the field and kill that one, and then it's over. As long as he can keep one Shadow Knight in his hand, he won't have any problems keeping Majaya constantly under pressure from that powerful monster. We see Majaya use her special ability, which of course lets her draw a card. She does gain her own Shadow Knight, which is going to be immensely helpful. And another Infernal Gargoyle goes down, so it looks like Majaya might finally be gaining some ground here. If Banebo just throws out his other Shadow Knight, that she can now use her own Shadow Knight. She just constantly destroys Shadow Knight after Shadow Knight. So Banebo's going to have to find another way to take out that Shadow Knight. So he does throw down a Wrath of the Forest, which every time one of his monsters gets killed, he draws a card, I believe. Let me take a look. I should be able to just click on it. When a friendly ally is killed while Wrath of the Forest is in play, draw a card. So yeah, I was right. So every time Majaya kills his Shadow Knight, he will be able to kill. He will be able to draw a new card. Now I am really, really surprised, and now I'm not. I was really surprised that Majaya didn't use her Shadow Knight to kill his, but she did have Fireball waiting in the wings, so that works out. I think Majaya might have actually taken the crucial field position. She has a solid wall of monsters. This is an immense counterattack. Wrath of the Forest will protect Banebo from 1 damage per turn. That Wrath of the Forest does have 1 armor. However, it doesn't have a ton of durability left. I think it only has 1 durability remaining. Yep, it only has 1 left, so the next attack will whittle it down. So as long as Majaya attacks him first, killing the next Shadow Knight that hits the field won't be a problem. We do see Soul Seeker hit the field. Every time it kills an opposing ally, it will gain Banebo 2 health. So that is going to be critical. He does use his ability to send Infernal Gargoyle off the field, and now he will use his Soul Seeker to kill Shadow Knight. So that was a very crucial counterattack. 2 monsters got swapped right out. Now the thing is that Shadow Knight, his Shadow Knight will still die next turn, I believe, because Deathmage Thaddeus can use his special ability to deal damage without fear of the counterattack. This is going to be critical. She gets down a Dagger of Unmaking, which instead of killing the Shadow Knight, will just send it back to his hand. So he has to keep replaying it every turn. Banebo can use his Soul Seeker to attack Majaya directly, but the thing is that that'll whittle down the effect or the durability of Soul Seeker, and he's really going to need that durability to kill other monsters to gain himself health. So getting that Dagger of Unmaking is going to be crucial at this point, because instead of allowing him to use his Shadow Knight cycle, he's just going to keep returning that Shadow Knight to his hand. Great move. Or great card to play. It's basically a glorified retreat with a set durability instead of a one-time casting cost. Alright, so we see Shadow Knight hit the field again, and we see Deathmage Thaddeus go down, which deals his 1 damage to Majaya. And an Infernal Gargoyle. So the thing is that Banebo is using his sheer amount of resources to potentially overpower Majaya, because he just has so many right now. We do see Banebo use his Soul Seeker to attack Majaya directly, which, I understand that move. I think he's going to try and end this as quickly as possible, because the fact of the matter is that he has the ability to end it, and Majaya absolutely does not at the moment. So let's see what she does. I think she'll use her Dagger of Unmaking once again on Shadow Knight. Yep, there it is. Sending him back to the hand. I'm wondering if she has anything in her hand. I mean, she has 7 resources, so anything she has, she should be able to play. I think the highest cost card in the game is 7 resources. But at this point, she's not playing anything. She's just going for killing his monsters off. She does kill Deathmage Thaddeus, The thing is that when he plays Shadow Knight next turn, he'll get that Death Mage back. He'll come back on the field for 1 damage. We see another Infernal Gargoyle go down, and she finishes her turn. So it looks like Soulseeker has 1 durability left, so he could use that to, I think he could kill... Nope, there's nothing on the field he could kill right off. If he attacks first with his Infernal Gargoyle, he might be able to kill... Nope, there's nothing he can kill except Deathmage Thaddeus, which he'll attack with Infernal Gargoyle. Then he'll use Soulseeker. There, that is. Kill Deathmage, get 2 health back, and then I think we'll see him play his Deathmage again. Yep, there it is. Deal 1 damage to Majaya. And a Poison Arrow, which he is going to put on one of the Infernal Gargoyles, probably the weaker one. Nope, the stronger one. Good waste of a move, although it does disable him. The thing is that Poison Arrow deals 1 damage, and Infernal Gargoyle has 1 armor, so it doesn't deal any damage. But it does disable Infernal Gargoyle for the duration of Majaya's turn, which makes him, useless. So now we see Majaya using her ability. She is going to attack Deathmage. I think she's going to go for the outright kill on him. Again, the thing is that she can kill him as many times as she wants, but if she keeps returning Shadow Knight to the hand, every time he plays Shadow Knight, he'll just get his Deathmage back. And she does do it again. Unfortunately, that is the end of her Dagger of Unmaking. She can no longer use that cycle of returning Shadow Knight to the hand. Now, we know that Banebo has 2 Shadow Knights in his hand. We know that. So now it's a matter of seeing how Majaya deals with those 2 Shadow Knights. But I mean, we know that's what he has. Alright, so she gets her own Shadow Knight out. Unfortunately, Banebo is going to kill that Shadow Knight next turn, I guarantee it. Because he'll have his ability. He'll deal 2 damage to Shadow Knight, 2 damage to some other monster, and then he'll use his Infernal Gargoyle to finish off the Shadow Knight. I guarantee you that's what he'll do. Because that is just the smart play. And his Wrath of the Forest is gone, his Soulseeker is gone, so he won't be gaining any more health. Honestly, this game is going to come right down to the nit and grit of it. These 2 players are just ferociously going at it. I could see this game going either direction. So he chooses the weakened Infernal Gargoyle and Shadow Knight. And I guarantee you, yep, there goes his Infernal Gargoyle to kill the Shadow Knight. And Deathmage Thaddeus will come down, deal 1 damage to Majaya. So I think, once again, Majaya is in a really bad field position. The thing is that, she just doesn't have anything that she can use to keep him at bay long enough to kill him. And in a base race, I mean, if she doesn't deal with his massive wall of monsters, he could one-shot her next turn with ease. Whereas she does not have that kind of firepower. She can deal 6 damage to him, and he can deal 11. So, I mean, it's not hard to figure out who has the upper hand here. We see a Lightning Strike go down. Could be crucial. She deals it to Shadow Knight and Banebo. If she can deal 1 more direct damage... Actually, it looks like Majaya could finish it right here if she can use her portal to get a monster out, but she can't. She does not have the resources. Oh my god, this is going to come right down to it. I think that was a big mistake, using Deathmage to weaken the other Deathmage, though I think I know what she's going to do. I think she is going to kill Shadow Knight first, and then kill the Deathmage Thaddeus, so that the Shadow Knight cycle is finally broken. But let's see. Yep, there goes the Shadow Knight kill first. And then she'll kill Deathmage. And there that is. And now the Shadow Knight cycle is broken. He'll play a Shadow Knight, and he'll revive Deathmage, but he won't have a Shadow Knight in his hand to revive the on-the-field Shadow Knight. So, finally broke that cycle. Majaya has been dealing with that all game, so it's got to be a big feeling for her to finally get rid of it. Unfortunately, still a very powerful position for Banebo to be in. He'll play Deathmage, deal her 1 damage, then he'll attack with his 2 Infernal Gargoyles, I imagine. But I think he'll go for some creature kills. I think he'll kill that weakened Infernal Gargoyle. Yep, there it is. And I don't know what he'll do with his next... Nope, he's going to attack her directly, so she's down to 6 health. She currently has 4 damage power on her side of the field right now. Banebo has 7 health. If she can get out 1 monster with more than 4 attack power, she can instantly kill him because with Portal on the field, that gives haste to any monster she plays. So if she can get a monster out with 4 attack power or more, she wins. And there's the GG. It looks like she has the monster she needs, or she has a direct damage card. Let's see what it is. Shadow Knight, and he will have haste, and he plays Infernal Gargoyle, or he brings back Infernal Gargoyle. She will use that to draw a card, but that was largely ceremonial. There goes the attack from Shadow Knight. And the additional damage from Death Mage, and the game is over. What a turnaround. Man, that Banebow had it for most of the game, and then Majaya just managed to suppress and turn him around, finally getting rid of that Shadow Knight rotation in the last clinch second. I mean, it really didn't matter because she had what she needed, but with that Portal on the field, she managed to take the game. So absolutely fantastic game. A big applause to both players. Very well played. Anyway, so don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my other videos. I hope the next video is as exciting as that one, and I'll see you guys next time.